Well, long time no see. This is just a quick video, real fast. I'm not going to say much. I put up a video this morning that I recorded on my camping trip up in the high Uintas. I wanted to do it in HD, and I put it up just to see how that would work. Uh, Waited, of course, until YouTube brought me back from my suspension. I'm still on probation until November, and I really doubt that I'm going to be on YouTube much longer. Hi, Walter. So I wanted to let everybody know that I will continue to do occasional updates on Odyssey, and the link is in the description box below. If YouTube finally does throw me off, that'll be it. Hi, Felicia. I just left you a voicemail, by the way. Sorry I kept missing you. Let me say that on my camping trip, I took a rather nasty fall. Uh, and I aggravated an old injury I sustained when I was in the Army. And so I'm dragging my right foot around. So it's kind of hard for me to navigate right now. And it's probably going to be a few weeks before it heals up. So that's one reason why I don't make it to my farm, because I'll leave it in another room or wherever, and I can't get to it before the ringing stops. And for anesthetic, I guess that's what it is. I can't use aspirin because I can only use a small amount of that. I have to use a something like acetaminophen, which I really hate. So I got a little bit of this is Black Velvet Reserve in some Diet Coke. So I'm using that to kind of dull the pain. And it's a long story, which I won't get into, but that's the reason why, Felicia, I've been kind of out of commission here. Okay. All right. So yeah, I did put up the camping video because I thought those are the types of things that I think are important right now. That we build our relationships. That we stop bowing totally to the negative information that's coming through. We need to know about it, but we need to build our personal relationships, our family relationships, etc., as I've talked about for so long. Male-female relationships, man-woman relationships with our kids, our grandkids, etc., our friends, etc. That's really important right now. That's what Malachi said, the last book in the Bible. Malachi 4 said, and in the last days I shall send you Elijah the prophet, who shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the children to the fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Therefore, that's really what God feels is important. And I think if you look deep inside into your heart and into your soul, into your spirit, you'll understand that that's really true. That's really all we take with us from here, okay? Just so you know, YouTube did, as I said, suspend me. And let me explain what happened. They gave me a strike. They went all the way back to 2013 and gave me a strike and suspended me for a video I did about the Boston bombing. I'm not going to give a whole lot of information about it because they might take this down as well. Maybe that'd be a good thing. But basically, it was criticizing the FBI. So, I have an entire playlist, and one of the big things I do is criticize the intelligence community constantly, the FBI being a big one. So they took me down for hate speech against the FBI. And we knew this was coming, okay? Anything against the establishment, they're going to attack you on. So my days on YouTube, again, I thought they were numbered several months ago, but they've allowed me to go on. But every once in a while, they hit me up with one of these things to remind me. And I don't think YouTube did that on their own. I think the IC, particularly the FBI, said, we don't want that particular video up explaining what happened at the finish line at the Boston bombing, that really those guys really weren't there. So, yeah, I wish I could sue them, but, I know my limitations. Dirty Harry, the Dirty Harry series. Harry Callahan, played by Clint Eastwood, he said a man's got to know his limitations, and I know what mine are. And so I know how far to go, and sometimes even then I take it too far. But at any rate, so I was suspended for a video I did 9 years ago, over 9 years ago, when I did the analysis of that situation that happened in Boston, and pointed out that the FBI was less than truthful. And so they called that hate speech and took it down. And there are a lot of those, so they could do that anytime they want. So if you see me disappear off of YouTube and I feel bad for losing all that. I've tried to put as many as I can on Odyssey, but I'm not sure how really good that is. Uh, you'll find me there. I'll have to put up 4 megabyte per second videos on there because that's all I can do. I can't do the editing, the really serious stuff with the music and all that on Odyssey. I don't have that ability. So I just wanted everybody to know that today. That's all I'm going to say. Those two things I could talk a lot about. Of course, what's happened on the raid on Mar-a-Lago. I'm not going to do that. A lot of people are already covering that. Just let you know, I loathe Trump. I don't like what he is. I don't like what he does. And he's gathering people around him over this thing, which is really interesting. No, I won't do Rumble. I can't keep track of all that stuff. I just can't. Brighteon was good, but I had some problems with it. It wouldn't upload some of my videos. There are technical problems. I'm dealing with a poor internet connection and some other things. So at any rate, it's going to be Odyssey for a while. And of course on Odyssey I can't do live streams. But getting back on Trump, I don't trust him. I feel like he's betrayed us, and if he gets in, if he's able to overcome this, and I think that's probably the game plan, to make him look like a martyr, getting back in, and then he'll betray us again. That's how I view it. However, at the same time, I feel like what the IC, and particularly the DOJ and the FBI and the Biden administration are doing is reprehensible, illegal, immoral, and unjustified. But it's all part of the game, okay? So our thing, like I've always said, prep, pray, and stay out of the way. Don't get decisively engaged. Protect yourself, protect your family, protect your interests, but know that they're coming for you. I mean, what else would they be using 80,000 plus additional IRS agents for? Certainly not for what they say they are. This is the Gestapo, the American Gestapo, the FBI, the ATF, the FBI, DHS, all of that. They've put that in position so that they can attack us. And this is going to be considered hate speech by the IC and by YouTube, so it might get taken down again, in which case I'll get my third strike and they will remove me from YouTube. So remember, in the description box below is odyssey.com. Shows you how to get to me if you want to there. And it might be that I don't have much more to say. I've said that for years now, that I don't know what else more I can say. So, there are so many good people out there. The Dive, I think his name is Hinkle, Mr. Hinkle. You've got the Brian from the new Atlas that I've explained about with the Ukrainian situation. I have some disagreements on him on whether China is a good thing or not, but I do understand the propaganda in the West, so I know where he's coming from. Of course, there's the Duran, which I've talked about, and Alexander Mercouris. I mentioned all those, and I could mention a lot more. Interestingly enough, I tweeted out to Sean Hannity that is he going to pull back on his support of the FBI and the 99% good guys in the FBI. And interestingly enough, last night he said, "Okay, I've said this for years, and okay, I've made a mistake. It's 95%. It's not 99% that are good." Well, that's still not good enough, and that's not true at all. Okay. The FBI is the American Stasi, along with all those other 3-letter agencies that I've talked about. So my time on YouTube, I thought, was done some months ago. I thought they'd grab me for something. To go back 9 years, almost 10 years actually at this point, to find something that they could get me on is pretty crazy. And that shows they'll change the rules, and then it's called an ex post facto law. And if you look at criminal and legal terms, they make a law now, and then they charge you with it if you did it years ago. Well, that's basically what YouTube's doing. Of course, it's not a crime; it's their policy. But to go back and that far, 9, almost 10 years, and hold something against me I said that long ago is picayune to say the least. Okay. I could say a lot more about what's going on right now. All I will say is that, again, as I mentioned, I realize what's going on in Ukraine. This entire thing is about draining the American treasury and blood, and putting us into a third world status. closing down our energy supplies, all of that. The war is against you people, not against the Democrats, not against the Republicans, not against the elitists, not against the Russians, not against the Chinese. The war is against you, against us. God said it's poorest spirit upon all flesh, and that our sons and daughters will prophesy, our old men will dream dreams, and our young men will see visions. There will be a division. There will be people that will accept that spirit, and there will be people that reject it. You can bet that people like Biden, Ray, Reinhardt, I think his name is Judge Reinhardt, Klaus Schwab, etc., they're going to all reject that spirit. It's going to be up to us. We're going to have to stand up. This job will be done by God's hand. And who is God's hand? We are. I showed you what the meaning of Bereshit is. I didn't go into a whole lot of detail, but I told you it's the story of salvation. And that Yod right before the Tav in the word Bereshit isn't just Jesus. It's you. All right? That's all I got for you today. I might stay on YouTube for a while. I might not. I don't really know what's going to happen here, but I wanted to come on and give this information to you right now. Again, in the description box is my connection to Odyssey, my link to Odyssey, and that's probably where I'll end up. I feel bad that I might lose everything on YouTube, especially my playlists on FBI corruption, on the Eisenman series, on the religion series, on my documentaries and films. Some of those might stay on Odyssey. I don't know how that will work. Chances are I'll probably lose all those, but that's okay. I've had a good run. I've been on here since 2009. I'm on Gab. I'm on Gab at Roy P. So you can find me there, but Gab doesn't really have a video ability right now that I'm aware of. So, and that's okay. We'll just go with what we have. But if you see me disappearing for a while, just check out Twitter. And on Twitter, it's of course it's at Royston Potter. I think it's on the. If you look on YouTube here on my heading, it shows, or maybe you go to community or about. It shows all of my other connections. Okay, so I've got Twitter at Royston Potter, Gab at Roy P, and on Odyssey at Royston Potter. Okay, I think is what it is. All right. Not that what I have to say is all that important, but if you want to keep in touch. Okay, that's all I got for today. I'm going to let you go. Thanks for everything. We'll see. Thanks, Felicia. Yes, that's it. Twitter at Royston Potter, and they might knock me off there too. You know, I mean, I've been suspended a couple of times from Twitter for like 24 hours a couple of times. I don't remember all of them, but yeah, that's happened on a number of occasions. Twitter seems to be backing off a little bit right now. I think they feel a little, well, part of it is because the IC wants to keep track of people, but I think the other thing is possibly, they're going through this thing with Elon Musk. Maybe there's some problems there. I really don't know. But anyway, that's kind of the story at this point. I know it's early to have a little liquid courage, but like I said, my leg is like, ouch, and I can't go get any kind of painkillers or anything, so this is going to be it. Yeah, LBRY at Royston Potter too. LBRY is kind of out of it now, Felicia, but Odyssey works. Oh, that'll still work, but of course LBRY is pretty much gone. All right, you all take care. Cheers, and I hope you have a great day. Maybe I'll see you in a few days, okay? Out here.